Guys, I don't know about you, but I just love being a speaker at conferences. One, I have captive audiences, and two, I can blow my own trumpet. So everything is there in place. Yeah, my name is Mike Popesku, and I'm what you would call a marketing scientist, or put it in plain English, a consumer researcher. And for the past 15 years of experience in my industry, I've came across this bold promise of actionable insights. And very often I thought, this promise is a bit unfair, simply because researchers are not there where marketeers take insights for a ride. And this is why me and a couple of my friends, we have decided to build this interesting piece of technology that we call answer-driven precision activation engine and help marketeers seamlessly move from aha to tada. But what marketeers do? I mean, if we start a discussion here, we'll probably have a different range of opinions. But essentially, marketeers are helping companies, brands, services, and products meet and engage with the market and consumer, and ultimately drive success of companies. And this process, if we had to boil down everything to this one simple thing, the process that marketeers engage with is essentially three-stage: segmentation, targeting, and positioning. And this is easier said than done. Segmentation, if you have data, very often is challenging because sometimes the data is poor, there is a lot of regulation, you don't have the right access, you don't have the right permission. And if you have everything in place, then data handling and analysis might be another challenge. When it comes to targeting, or essentially finding the audiences that you have isolated in segmentation, then your data might be void of any channel information. If you're using personal information, that might creep your consumers out. And finally, as you all know, in 2024, the third-party cookies are going away, so targeting via cookies is going to be very difficult. And finally, when you come to the stage of positioning, very often your data doesn't contain information about what to say and how to say things to your target customers. So, but the biggest of all these challenges is essentially bridging segmentation and targeting. And this is where very often marketeers are having to improvise. When your research agency supply with your segmentation report, or where your customer insight department builds those segments, and essentially you have to go out and figure how are you going to find those customers in any of the channels you would like to target on. So this is where we stepped in and we built technology that is helping marketeers cross bridges between segmentation and targeting and positioning, therefore seamlessly taking marketeers through this entire process. So what do we do? What the Qudo precision activation does? So we are helping consumer brands understand customers deeply and help them engage with their consumers in a more effective way. So how does it work? How the SaaS works? We start with a behavioral piece of research. So we look at what customers do and why they do certain things. So what are their behavioral drivers? And we start this research with the end in mind. The end in mind is you as marketeers, you want to engage with certain audiences and you want your message or offer to resonate. Okay. In this process, we collect no personal information. So no such things as emails, phone numbers, and any other personal details. So everything is watertight when it comes to privacy. Second thing, once those big samples of 4,000 people, let's say, are in, we have adversarial clustering algorithms. These are 6 or 7 families of clustering algorithms that are fighting to find the best solution, not only from statistical perspective, but also from the point of solution being simple and intuitive enough, as well as being actionable. Finally, clustering algorithms, when they split your audiences into groups, the clustering algorithms, they don't understand what these audiences are about. This is where we are leveraging large language models that essentially take this information in, name the segments, and write personas. So everything happens pretty quickly. Finally, our algorithms are isolating what are the unique targeting criteria that you should employ to target that specific audience. And finally, you can then export all those audiences to social media of your choice. At the moment, we support Meta and Google, but TikTok is coming very soon. If you would like to see our platform, I suggest you scan this QR code. At the moment, the platform is free of charge. We are tracking 7 consumer-intensive industries in UK and USA. So retail finance, consumer electronics, food and beverage, travel and leisure. You can log in and you can see immediately the landscape of your industry. But before I proceed, let me just explain what the platform does and how it performs. In our pilot project so far, we've seen that we essentially drive good campaigns. If we compare what we do versus our clients, you will see that our campaigns are cheaper and drive more audiences. This case study was for a bank in Central Europe, and essentially they had a an online cash loan, and people who wanted to borrow, they went online, filled out application form, and in 30 minutes they were either approved or rejected for a loan. And they were in the market for 2 years with this product, and what they found out is that demand is dying out. So they approached us and they want us to help them with the engagement. We conducted a piece of research, we built segmentation, we also advised how they should approach these audiences, what creative tone they should use, what message should be employed as well. And they use our platform to export the audiences, in this instance, to Facebook only. And what you can see here is when Qudo campaign is compared to their campaign, reach, impressions, link clicks, unique link clicks, this was all the sea of green. You can see that we outperformed them in any respect. But when it comes to cost per click, we were significantly cheaper. So for example, cost per click for page view was 70% cheaper than what they had in place. What the big reward was conversion. In their campaign, 1 out of 4 loan applicants were approved, whereas with us, 3 out of 4 were approved. So this is like 300% better performance. Then we also had a loyalty app in North African country. Think of your Nectar card. What they wanted to achieve is they wanted to achieve high download of their applications. We also stepped in here, and you can see here, for example, our best creative performance, our average performance, and their benchmark. Now, the interesting thing here is, in certain instances, we were, for example, more expensive, and the click-through rate was less than what they had in their benchmark study. However, if you look at the registration rate, we were 6 times better than what they had in place. So, on average, we gave them better install rates between 3 and 4 times, and also registration rates of around 6 times more than the benchmark. So, to wrap it up, what Qudo enables consumer brands to do. First of all, it enables you to discover actionable audiences, so you will know who exists in the market and what they are about, what they like, what they do. And also you can understand audiences' mindsets and behavioral drivers, or why they do certain things they do. And finally, you can use our platform to target selected audiences across multiple digital platforms, so you will be able to know like where and how to target those audiences. As I said, we deliver 3 to 6 times higher engagement, conversion, and return on advertisement spend. Now, the future for us is quite promising. We are building exciting new features, and at the moment, these are 2 features. One is chat to segments and chat to data. Leveraging large language models and knowing about 1,500 data points about each and every segment, we can now prompt large language models to behave as if they were personas belonging to a particular segment. So you as a marketeer, you don't have to read endless spreadsheets or read endless PowerPoints. You can get into our platform and start asking questions in natural language and get to know those personas as if they were real people in the room with you. On the other hand, we are building chat to data, which enables you to query any data set using natural language. You can, for example, ask, okay, can you tell me what are the main factors driving Coke consumption, or what are the main factors of people having a cat versus a dog? And this is where the algorithms can do their magic and explain you what are the drivers of those kind of behaviors. Anyway, I'm happy to answer any questions if you have, and yeah, please let me know, connect. It will be my pleasure. Thank you.